Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your May 2024 reading. It's me here, Krystal Clear, happy to deliver this month's message for you from Spirit, from your divine team. I'm going to pull two cards to get us started. First, we're going to pull a card for the overall energy coming into the month of May. We've got the Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine. So coming into the month of May, it's like you're stepping into what feels like an incubation period for Cancerian energy. And really, being almost like you basically are the cosmic womb of the zodiac, right? The very heavy and strong with family. So I do feel like taking a step back from some of like the socializing or from like maybe putting your ideas out there, just coming into a quiet, introspective place is really where I see your energy starting off at the beginning of the month. Very observant, very aware, looking at the ways that you need to maybe nurture relationships or yourself or your experiences. You're just taking extra care of your mind, your body, and your soul in a really purified type of way with the cosmic womb. So one card for as you move out of the month of May, we've got in the hand, the universe is your partner. And this is like, you've got the cosmic womb and then you've got the universe as your partner in your hand. It's like there's a lot of incubating coming at the beginning of the month, but with in the hand, the universe is your partner, there's a release, there's a surrender, there's a letting go. So I do feel that in part of your observation and taking care of yourself, you're realizing where there may be some relationships and close ones, right? Because it does feel like family, friends, lovers, not necessarily work relationships or work related. This is definitely a personal and intimate connections, but you're finding places where you're letting go of what it's supposed to look like, how it's supposed to go, and really just allowing yourself to incubate in this moment, to receive all the nutrients, all the goodness that the connections bring, all the goodness that the relationships bring, and then letting go of the parts and the relationships and the connections that do not. So let's take a look. We're going to pull one tarot card for each week for the month of May for Cancer. So for the first week, we've got the Ten of Swords. For the second week, we've got Three of Cups. The third week, we've got Ace of Pentacles. And for the fourth week, we've got Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, oops, getting crazy with it here. So to begin, yeah, like Ten of Swords reversed, incubation, indeed. It's like I don't want to say you've been through a battle, but there's just been challenges. It's been a little bit burdensome. Maybe it's been a bit stuck or stagnant. There's just been something you feel as you come into the beginning of May that you've been working on. Since it's in the reverse, it actually brings a more positive light to this card, that it is like we're moving out of it, that this is something that is not really burdensome, but it's been burdensome. And it's interesting to see the Three of Cups here and the Seven of Wands reversed here. There's something with the social that's happening, the social groups that you're in, whether it be like virtually or physically, family, friends, intimate relationships. Like this is getting a lot of attention and focus this month. And when I see the Ten of Swords reversed at the beginning, I do feel that there's some awareness that comes in where some of these connections, they're just maybe not serving the full purpose that you find yourself needing. And that there are some connections where it's just time that you like let them know that you'll be moving forward and moving on. And that's really what the Three of Cups is like. There will be people who celebrate these shifts and these changes. And I say that you're making moves and moving on because we've got the Ace of Pentacles and there's a release. So there's work that happens in the month of May where it goes from like realizing to releasing by the end of the month. And in between, there will be people that support you along the way. There will be connections that are in complete alignment. And it's like, this is where we're going and growing together. And if our social groups don't support that, or yeah, then it's time to like shift them. I don't know how else to say that. It's a social thing for sure. If our family doesn't support it, that's okay. Like we don't have to gain approval from people to still have them in our lives. We can choose what we share. I do feel that this will be a month where you decide what you share and what you don't care to share with a certain amount of people. But there's definitely a focus on who's going into this next chapter with you and who isn't. And this next chapter, by the third week of May, I do feel like you have a clearer path of some of the shifts and changes and moves that you're going to make. It can, like the word moves felt very loud and accentuated from Spirit. So maybe you're thinking of moving, or you're outgrowing some of the places and spaces and people that you've surrounded yourself with. Sometimes we feel stagnant because we're in a box in our physical world, our work world, our family world, our relationships. We sometimes put ourselves in a box of who we think we're supposed to be, and it gets really stifled in there. And there are certain chapters where, of course, we need to sacrifice, and there are certain chapters where we expand. And May feels like that precipice moment, that fork in the road where, yes, you've been sacrificing, you've been doing what you need to do, cosmic womb, you've been working on incubating, and by the end of the month, you've already made some moves. You've already made some shifts. By that third week, you're already starting to put a plan of action into action. And then finally, we've got the Seven of Wands reversed. And to me, this is a simple card of we just don't get to take every relationship with us moving forward into our future. And it's okay. Some partnerships, like we said, they, just because we're not engaging them in all of our plans for the future, or we might be quiet about this next step. You know, if let's say you and your partner have a plan for you and your partner's life that maybe some people in your life wouldn't necessarily support or see your perspective, and it makes you resistant to share that. That's what this card Seven of Wands reverse comes in. It's like, realizing not everybody is necessarily here to cheer for you, but the Three of Cups, there definitely are people here to cheer for you, and you're ready with the cosmic womb. You're ready to take the next step and to make those changes and to really see where it is that you're going. And it's okay. This is how we get out of these stagnant places, is by scratching the soul of our surface, the surface of our soul again, and, you know, letting it come out and letting it play and just following that and taking that leap of faith and going on an adventure. Life is all about the adventures we go on. So I'm going to pull 3 cards here for Spirit's final advice and insight for this month. Yeah, there's that move energy again. Establish sanctuary. So like, there's a fine line between peace and boredom, right? Peace is hopeful. There's still movement with peace. But when we get stagnant still in boredom, we have to reestablish our foundation. And when I see establish sanctuary, it's like your inner home and your external home. Finding peace within brings peace without. If you find that you are outgrowing your physical space, that's because your internal space is telling you with every ounce inside of you that it's time to make a move. And so I do feel like there's big movement energy coming with established sanctuary, just because of the word sanctuary. There's that stillness. So yeah, there's a difference between peace and boredom. I love that. This is really confirming that you've done the work. This looks like almost like cosmic womb energy, right? Creating stillness of the mind. This month, you realize that all of the thoughts and processes and truths that you've found in your mind, especially Cancer and all of that water, like bringing a peace to your emotions is important, but because it's needed for the next leg of the race, where you create a peaceful environment, a peaceful sanctuary, a peaceful home. The next chapter, it's time to garden the heart. And finally, with this card, it's about we talked about incubating, and during incubation, like the relationships that and the experiences that nurture us. And when we garden the heart, we want to think about what is nurturing your soul, what is nurturing your heart and your purpose forward, and to make sure that you're in charge of that, and that you're nurturing yourself, and you can still nurture other relationships as well as yourself. And that's really what you're learning in the month of May. So I hope this helps, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Take care.